My childhood, I spent it in museums against my will. And although it was against my will, well, I guess I absorbed multicultural art business from around the world. My mother was living in France, studying, doing her PhD. In the meantime, I was 11 years old, forced to go to Pompidou, to Louvre, to every museum in that part of Europe. In 1995, I said, I want to sell art. So I decided to open a 1,300 square feet warehouse in Wynwood. I thought I was crazy. Indeed, I was crazy, but I was following my passion. And that area was a red area. It was gangs and dangerous, so every time I opened an event, few people would come, but year after year, more people would come only for art. After 13 years, I decided to move to New York for a better education. It's not necessary to explain what New York can provide you. Museums, urban art, galleries, conference, art fairs, and is today known as the capital of the world in the arts. 70% of the art collectors either live in New York or have a home in New York. So no matter what country you're from, you want to be in the art business in New York, or at least related, or at least having a participation. You have to just follow your heart and continue doing what you like. Cannot be on a stage of your life. It has to be something that you know for certain. After several years, I decided to go as a private dealer. It gives me the opportunity to travel and to do events in different cities and different countries in Venezuela, and I thought it was important to bring to the population and society the importance of Latin America. In my belief, and I might be wrong, but I strongly believe that back in 1920, the biggest muralist from Mexico, like Diego Rivera, Orozco, and Siqueiros, started presenting and expressing what happened in the Mexican Revolution on their walls. That's when people around the world start paying attention to Latin American art. Well, I guess after Diego Rivera made these big murals, he was invited to do a retrospective at the MoMA Museum in New York. I guess one of the most common stories behind is when Rockefeller commissioned a mural in the Rockefeller Center. But being a capitalism country, and Diego Rivera belonging to a communist party, he decided to draw the head of Lenin in that mural. And that was interesting because immediately it was, you take the head out. He said, no, that's my painting. Well, you have to take it out or we tear it down. Well, tear it down. Make the statement due to what was going on in the society. So therefore, I strongly believe that the work you do, no matter what you do, it has to have a strong statement behind. Today, in the biggest auctions houses in your city, like Christie's and Sotheby's, you find artists like Diego Rivera, like Frida Kahlo, like Rufino Tamayo, Cruz Diez, Jesus Soto, Fernando Botero, Fernando de Sitio, Olga Damaral from Colombia. Many ladies lately have been given the opportunity to exhibit, even though they are reaching 90 years old. A recent case from Cuba, Carmen Herrera. She's going to be 104 or 105 this year in May. And this lady, born in Havana, she was always painting geometric forms. Of course, 50 years ago, those geometric forms done by a maybe the geometric forms done by a lady, by a woman 50 years ago, it was not at all important. On the contrary, it was put aside. This lady continues painting, no matter what the population, what the society, what the critics, what the magazines, what nothing. She continues painting. And recently, 2016, Carmen Herrera was noticed and was given the opportunity to have her first solo exhibit at the Whitney Museum in New York. And it's fascinating because all these artists from Latin America most of them, you name it, they have been influenced by European art. Now, Fernando Botero is a great example of how an artist becomes international. He started being, local artist, painting the neighbors and the ladies, the fat lady from his neighborhood. Then he became national, then he became international, and now Fernando Botero is a global known artist. So when you go to a museum or to a gallery, it's not necessary, you don't have to know about art, but you have to feel the art. If you feel that your emotions are being moved because you like it, it is positive. But if you feel reacted to a piece, it's also positive because it's moving your emotions. So my best suggestions always is go to museums all the time, go to galleries, although sometimes you feel that you don't understand, but it's important because unconsciously you're absorbing what you see and you're learning what you see. And eventually you will have influence what you see, from what you see. Like I said at the beginning, you have to be true and faithful to your heart. You are convinced that your work is painting a table with an apple, well, you have to paint in that line, no matter what people say. Changing color, changing forms, changing media, but that's what you believe, you have to continue.